I'm excited to take a few moments to talk about early versus late care. And nobody's really talked much about this in medicine. You'll hear the term wellness, you'll hear the term pain relief, somewhere along those lines, but it's very important to be very clear and distinct on the difference between the two. What I call early care, what some call wellness care, is basically anticipating what kind of trouble you're going to have in the future. Now, we do this with our car, we do it with our home. It's pretty much vastly socially acceptable to take Saturday and Sunday and do a home project, and rarely do you find healthcare centers open on Saturday and Sunday so people can do a body care project for the weekend. So we're not really there yet in our culture to automatically update what's going on with our systems, and there's quite a few wellness approaches that you can go with the body. Now, in my health center, we're multidisciplinary. We have naturopathic, chiropractic, acupuncture, and stress is a big part of life. You're going to encounter it. Having strategies at home for that and anticipating what kind of stresses you have and making sure that they're in the areas of life that you love, well, that's another class for another day. If stress isn't a main concern, then having an early plan for stress is really important. So what does that mean? Imagine you have a leak in your house. If you go, yeah, there's a leak over there, but I think I'm gonna wait until next weekend to work on that. Now, everybody knows that if you leave that water leak there, next weekend it's not going to be the same leak, it's gonna grow. And the reason why everyone knows it is they can see it. It happens right in front of their face. So one of the challenges with chiropractic and one of the challenges with acupuncture, even just medicine in general, is a lot of what the physicians are treating is underneath your skin, underneath what you can actually see as a patient. Now, you can feel it, but by the time you feel symptoms, it's usually a later scenario. Well, what does that mean? Late care is once you feel pain, there's already a problem, there's some sort of damage. So the body uses pain as the language to tell you that something is going on with you. That is late care. By the time you actually hurt, you're too late. The problem is big enough that your body has to go in and start regenerating tissue and repairing, and those things take time. That is the number one thing patients don't want to hear when they come to the chiropractor, the naturopath, the surgeon, whatever healthcare physician that you go to see, they don't want to hear that it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of money. And we don't want to tell you that. Trust me, we don't want to tell you that at all. We want to give you a really easy solution that's going to take very little time, and that requires a mentality of taking care of things early on in your body. That means going to the doctor and getting checked out before you feel any symptoms at all. Okay, well, you don't feel symptoms now, you don't feel symptoms tomorrow, so today or tomorrow. Well, what I always tell my patients is this. You brush your teeth morning and night. You can probably skip a day and get away with it. You cannot skip days regularly and get away with it. So in the land of bone health and chiropractic, if you break a bone in 6 weeks, we're going to re-x-ray and see if the fracture is healed. The body can heal a fracture in 6 weeks. You better get adjusted before 5 to 6 weeks. Because you could have had a fracture and it would be semi-permanently healed already without ever having a healthcare physician adjust you, make sure it's aligned appropriately. You don't know if you had the nutrition, so now you don't know if you actually grew it with a high-quality tissue versus a low-quality tissue. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on in the body. It's easier to have somebody you trust, that you know what's going on, and to get in there before it is a big mess. And I promise you, we can give you a very simple answer that isn't basically when you're too late, when you're feeling pain. Okay, now we're going to talk about pain care. So pain care is where I see a lot of people, and I see pain care kind of in 3 stages. When people are hurting, then they first start hurting within the first couple days. They come into me and they go, hey, what's going on? We get to kind of assess what's going on, and again, it's late, there's a problem, there's tissue damage, but it's still a lot easier than if they wait a couple months, or worse, years. Okay, I have tons of patients that meet me regularly and go, you're a chiropractor? Yeah, you know, I've never needed one. And as soon as I hear that sentence, I go, oh my gosh, if I had an x-ray machine and I could offer them free x-rays, we would literally see degeneration in multi-levels of the spine. Some in the mid-back, some in the neck, some in the low back. And I know that it's there, but I know that they're waiting until it's late. And worse, I know that I can't even have the conversation with them, right? Because they're so trained to just wait until they're toughing it out until it's really, really such a big problem that the only thing that can help is surgery. So I hear that too. I have patients come to me all the time and say, Dr. Kara, you know, I had surgery, never had a problem again, but I have this new problem and now I'm going to need surgery on that. So those are all things that regular maintenance care in the spine and understanding true bone health really, I mean, imagine if you didn't have to have surgeries in your life. Who's interested in that? Well, everybody. I don't know a single person that walks around wanting to have parts of them cut out of them because they didn't take care of it. And that's really the truth. Okay, once in a while there's an injury, but most of the time even injuries are your weak spots that you allowed to get weak. That you imposed a demand on your body that you knew you weren't ready for. And then you went out and got injured, and then boom, weakest spot, now needs surgery or really has a damaged area that needs attention. So it's not a coincidence where you're getting the injury when you're out imposing a demand like sports, long car rides, helping friends move. I hear gardening and picking up trees and stacking brick walls and making ponds and traveling across the country. Picking up daycare kids all day long. I've heard it all. I've heard it all, from professional athletes to moms with a couple kids. Any sort of activity that you know you're not prepared for, and all my patients know, they go, well, this is what I've been doing this weekend. You know, they get that kind of, that look on their face like, yeah, I know, I shouldn't have been doing that. So be ready. Don't stop life. Some patients think that the solution is they should have never done that, but they know that they need to. Of course you need to go out and live life. Of course we don't want you to not watch the kids, not play a sports game. Please, never, ever, ever think about giving up on what you need to do as an option. We want to get you ready for it so we can train you to be just 10% stronger than the demand you're going to put on your body while being lined up, and then you're going to have coordination, you're going to have strength, and you're going to have stamina, which are the three things that you need when you need to go out and live your life. So, some of my late care patients, it may seem like I'm picking on you, but some of you are my best patients because you really know, you've experienced what it's like when you've pushed it too far and why you need to stay on it, why you need to stay on checkups, why you need to get acupuncture once in a while, why massage isn't just fluff and buff spot. This isn't a luxury. This is needed for your tissues to take care of them. Please don't take your body for granted. And the earlier you come in, the less bad news we have for you and the easier it's going to be to take care of.